What's up, guys? In this video I want to talk about a couple situations, questions I get. I was doing a portfolio review recently for someone who was new into crypto. He had many crypto but very small positions, and then I had someone ask me, hey John, I'm new here, how would you allocate say $10,000? So I didn't answer that person because I'm not a financial advisor, but I thought it'd be nice to make a video to give you guys my point of view, not to exactly allocate your positions, your money, but what I would do if I was coming in right now into the market, given the state of it where it's at right now. So the Bitcoin halving is about a month away. We're seeing some flash deals right now. A lot of people are coming in here. They're chasing crypto. Memes right now are very hot. I saw one was rocket shipping. I think it was called Boom or something like that. First thing I would say is try to increase your active income at your job. Try to cut down on expenses. Try to sacrifice and have delayed gratification. That will help the income part to make use of what you do have. Secondly, I would take my time outside of work, outside of watching TV, whatever, and allocate this to spending research, time to research crypto. And how many crypto I'd be focusing on right now is one crypto, maybe two max. The less money you have in your portfolio, or the less money you have to spend in general, you should not be buying, or at least spending time in DCA into more than one crypto at a time. Because when you have less funds, your positions aren't going to be that big. So you want to be focusing on one crypto at a time, because if you don't, you're going to spread yourself too thin, for one. And then two, when it comes to actual profit taking, one, your profits won't be a lot, especially when you factor in capital gains tax. And two, you're going to have more stress than you need, because you got to track so many crypto in so many situations that you might make a pump from one, pull profits, but then check another crypto out and you're down on that one because it's sold off already. So less is more. That's my first, that'd be my first intention when it comes to having, say, $10,000 right now. I would focus on one or two crypto max. Research the hell out of them. Get really good with researching the crypto, the tech, the tokenomics, the marketplace, the inflation, the team, the narrative, the niche, the competition, the age, what exchanges is it on, their marketing pitch. I threw a lot at you right there. This is why research takes a lot of time. Can you imagine doing what I just said for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 crypto, especially with a job and a family or kids? You'll be going crazy. So yeah, less is more. I gave advice to a member in my general chat for Discord. I told him, because he was brand new, I said, research one or two crypto, and how I do it, how I've been doing it, aside from recently, because my bags are pretty much packed, I've been adding some positions into emerging markets, some micro caps, is I invest into one or two crypto at a time, and I don't stop until I feel my bags are packed for that crypto. And the only time I go back to it after moving on is when I see a flash deal. The crypto goes down like 20%, or maybe we see flashes everywhere. I go down my watch list and I see it has the best discount, so I DCA and sprinkle some more. But usually I don't move on from a crypto until I feel confident in that position for that crypto. And also something I do too is when I check the chart for a specific pick, whether it's new or old, if I see the price is bottomed out and I have a lot of research and conviction behind that crypto, my first entry will be a big one. That way I don't feel so pressured to have to DCA small positions over a period of time. I can just get in, be aggressive, and then maybe DCA here and there, but not be so obligated to having to do it over a prolonged period of time. Actually, one of my members who was very intuitive realized that I was doing this. So he's very, very intuitive in his part. But yeah, that's pretty much how I go about it. It doesn't mean I'm some expert, some crystal ball expert, financial advisor, whatever. I'm not. I'm just a YouTuber. But when it comes to getting into the markets, I know it's very tempting to play the comparison game, fall for the fear of missing out, FOMO, falling for the fear, uncertainty, and doubt FUD, or manipulation, or other people, sometimes your own peers, saying, hey guys, just wait, bigger discounts are coming, or hey guys, the bull market's over, take your profits now, whatever. That's why I can't stress enough why it's so important to be part of a group. Like, you want to be around like-minded investors. That way, when you have these situations that pop off, or these feelings of doubt or uncertainty with maybe a certain position in your portfolio, or the outlook of the market, or the emotional sentiment of what's going on, you can bounce your thoughts and questions off a group, get feedback or reassurance or reignition of your confidence, and then be put back on the right track. Personally, I think that's a great way to look at it when it comes to being part of a group. That's why I'm very thankful for my community, because there's times where I learn a lot. Even though I'm in the position of being an influencer, some of my picks I recently got into were brought up to me from my members. And I learned, surprisingly, just as much from them as they do from me. But that being said, make sure you're always researching. It's better to know a lot about a handful of crypto than know very little about 100 crypto. You don't want to spread yourself too thin. That's not just with your funds, but also your intellect. You can't be everywhere at once. You can't be doing too much. A lot of us here have jobs. We have lives outside of here. Some of you got families, kids. So it's not about trying to find more time to this market. It's about making use of the time you have to become most effective in this market. That's the way I would look at it, because we only have so much time. And trust me, I get it. I've been grinding and working my ass off now for a long time. I started my channel at the start of the bear market, the worst part. So I know what it feels like to sacrifice, to be uncertain, to see fear, to see manipulation, to see discounts, to see narratives change, trends come and go, see picks explode, picks go down. It happens. It's part of the game. That's why we're in crypto. You want to change our life, become financially free. But like I said in previous videos, small steps lead to big changes. Now, when I started investing, I was working a full-time job, making 20 bucks an hour, which I just put my 2 weeks in for. I'll be leaving at the end of this week. I was in x-ray school, and I wasn't making much money. I was paying rent, although not a lot, at home with my family. I had some bills to pay, and I didn't have thousands to invest each month in crypto. And during this time, we saw the best discounts. That was when we had the FTX crash, Terra Luna went down, the Black Swan events. It was crazy discounts. And me being a, relatively, new investor with limited funds, I know firsthand what it feels like to have FOMO, to see red and be like, wow, I wish I had more money. So how I did it was I worked my ass off. I worked double shifts. Like I said, 20 bucks an hour. I just turned 31 years old. It was atrocious how much money I was making. I didn't just sit there and say, oh, poor me, and have that victim mentality. I was like, you know what? This job has a plus side to it. I can always work overtime. It was always abundant, and so I did. I started bringing sandwiches to work. I was eating a ton of peanut butter and jellies. For those who are OG members of my channel, you guys know this. I ate a ton of peanut butter and jellies. I didn't go out drinking and partying. I stayed home. I was paying only a few $100s rent each month, so I didn't have a ton of bills. And I wasn't, buying clothes all the time. I wasn't going to a luxury gym. Like, I was living a very frugal, while still being happy, life. And I did this over the course of 2 years. And then as my income started increasing with my YouTube and everything else, I started, putting more and more money into the markets. But early on, I was putting in a lot of money from the overtime I was working, from the expenses I wasn't paying to go out to have drinks or go out to eat all the time or buy clothes. I was trying to sell some stuff at my house, stuff I didn't need, games I didn't play. Like, I was literally sacrificing so much because I knew the opportunity was not only present right there, but I knew it was going to eventually pass if I let it and didn't take action then. This is going to sound reckless, but I even wasn't dating much during this time, because every single date I was going out with, you go out to eat, cost some money, you go to the movies, cost some money. So when I tell you guys I sacrificed a lot. And this is not me boasting and saying, yeah guys, I'll do this. I'm just giving you a point of view as to the trenches I went through. And the mentality of when I want something, I will do whatever it takes to get there. Even if it means in the short term, I may not be living this high class life. So this comes down to how bad you want something, right? So if you're in my shoes now, working a job, you don't have a ton of, active income, these are some things you got to look into, maybe shifting around, whether it's your time, your expenses, what you're currently doing in your miscellaneous free time, and see, okay, if I can't increase my active income here at my job, can I cut down the expenses here? If I can't do that, can I cut out going out with my friends all the time? Am I going on so many dates? Is my spouse saying, hey, let's go on a vacation every single month? These are some things you got to ask yourself, and this is why a personal anecdote of mine, by the way, is I track everything on my phone. My expenses, what I'm spending my money on each month, my credit card bills, and just personally what I've been doing. I try to be very organized. So this is how you got to be, especially if you're in my shoes where you don't make a unlimited amount of money and you want to see the money go the furthest. You have to make sacrifices. I don't care if that's the answer you didn't want to hear. It's the one you need to hear. You have to have delayed gratification. You got to have ambition. You got to have a purpose. And you got to have goals, because a lot of this is a journey. I said it time and time again. There's a reason why I love walking like this, because it frames the mindset of me going from A to B, and it's not just being a straight path. It's always a bunch of bumps along the road. Times we got to take a step back, look around, see what's going on, and it's time to readjust. Because even right now, if you make all the necessary sacrifices, you're very motivated now, there's going to be times where life hits you, things change. Maybe your job fires you for whatever reason. Maybe your job cuts you overtime. Maybe your spouse leaves you, or you get hit with a bill, or maybe one of your kids gets sick. Unfortunately, things happen in life, and it's not so much as just freaking out. It's okay. This situation happened. How can I react to this in a good way that can resolve the situation, resolve the matter in question, but also continue me along the path of where I was going, where I wanted to go? That's a very key mental tactic that I've had in my head, that I've ingrained in me over the years, by the way. It's preparing for the worst while seeking the best, if that makes sense. Not to sound like a pessimistic person. It's expecting adversity, but using it as the necessary ingredient to reach success, rather than seeing it at surface level value and saying, oh crap, and playing the victim mentality and going in reverse, going backwards. I hope that helped you a little bit. That's kind of the way I go about things, especially when it comes to achieving goals, which, listen, crypto investing, changing your wealth, it's something very few people can actually say they want to do. I mean, full on want to do, let alone can do, because this is not an easy feat. It's a very tough, challenging, enduring feat, which is why, again, you have very few people in this market alone, let alone life, who are actually rich, not working a job, doing what they want to do, because they made choices that very few people can make and will make day in and day out with consistency and purpose. So now if you're in my shoes then, now, this is another opportunity now to take advantage of what's in front of you and work with what you have. That way you can turn a small amount of money, whether it's, again, $10,000, $5,000, or even $1,000 or less dollars, and turn that into a large amount of money in about a year or so. So even if you have $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, keep in mind the majority of people, and I mean retail when I say this, they still are watching from the sidelines. So just the fact that you have the opportunity to get into the market, just know you're going to be in a much better position than them, who are going to wish they got into this market down the road. Now, when it comes to which crypto you should focus on, it depends on really your preference. Are you a utility-based investor, or are you more risk-averse, or you want to be more of a high-risk gambler type investor? So, because some people in my group The majority of them are utility or risk averse like me, but some are like they have the funds, the time to risk putting their money into more meme coins or more micro caps. So it really falls on you, what you want, what you believe in. If you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna give you a biased answer and say utility. It doesn't mean you have to invest into Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can invest into blue chips like Caspa, layer ones like Caspa, Web3 like Artblock, some DeFi plays like LCX, some gaming cryptos if you like gaming, scaling solutions, interoperability, AI. There's many different narratives and sub niches within crypto. You can always start with a more of a hedge, which is what I like to call a blue chip. That's usually a layer one for me. Caspa is my main hedge. It's also a very good play to cycle, but it's my main hedge. So you really can't go wrong with layer ones, in my opinion. They're my most bullish when it comes to a risk to reward, but the opportunities are endless. So it really comes down to you and what you're feeling. Again, this will factor in with your research, how much money you have, how much time you have, and what you ultimately want to do, whether it's become financially free to leave your job, maybe supplement your job's income right now if you enjoy what you're doing. So really, this will take some time on your part. You got to ask yourself a few questions: what you're ultimately looking for, what you want to accomplish, how much time you think we have left, and how much money you're actually trying to make in the long run, or at least this cycle. So I hope that helped you there if you had that question. But anyways, now I want to hear from you. What crypto would you buy if you had $10,000 right now as a beginner? And what is your ultimate reason for picking that crypto? Drop your comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.